Okay, guys, number 8. Listen, I know that this is hard, and I know that this is a lot of work, but you're not giving up, and I'm proud of you. So all of this whole thing is all about this graph. So let's use a little metacognition and talk about this. The first thing that jumps out at me about A is it's nonlinear, which means curved. B, I was like, gosh, is that positive, negative, or is it staying straight? So I put my pencil straight across it, and look, it's going down. So I wrote that that one's negative. C is definitely going positive. These are just things that stand out to me right away. D is definitely going positive. But see how that's kind of flat? So I just noticed that's kind of flat. Flat means slower. This one definitely was curved, nonlinear. And F was definitely negative because it's going down and away. Or towards. Okay, so let's see if we can answer these questions now. It says compare graphs B and C. In what way are the graphs similar? So we're looking only at B and C. So pretend like B and C are the only lines you see. Well, one's negative, one's positive, but that's not similar. What do they have in common? Well, they're both linear, and take a look at it. Neither one go through the origin, so they're both non-proportional. So I take either one of those, either non-proportional, proportional, you guys know I can't spell, and they're both linear. You guys are supposed to be writing full sentences. I'm just abbreviating. Okay, so describe a way in which the graphs are different. Oh, okay, well, B and C we already said. One's negative, one's positive. So that works. B was negative, and C was positive. Remember, you should be pausing this and writing down your mistakes as we go. All right, now we're going to look at an A and E. So take a look at A and E. All right, here, they're my two nonlinear lines. In what ways are graph A and E similar? Well, they're both definitely nonlinear. So that's the first thing that jumps out at me. They're both nonlinear or curved. Now take a look at A. A is going positive. Here it's really, really slow positive, but it's still positive. And E is still positive. So they're both positive. They're both going away. All right, now let's take a look at graph and E, A and E again. And it's asking us to choose a graph. It says which graph, graph A or graph E, matches the following situation. The skater skated away, they're both going away, from the motion detector slowly and then sped up. Let's take a look at this one. That's pretty fast. So this one starts fast. So I'm actually going to write that on there. Fast, and then look, it's getting flatter and flatter, so this is getting slower. This one wants us to skate away slowly and then speed up. We'll take a look here. Look how slow and moving that is. And then look at almost straight up at the end. Look how fast he's moving at the end here. So it's E, and you can write the explanation. Pause it now if you need to and go ahead and write the explanation. Writing down just E will not suffice. That is not sufficient. Okay, D and F. Which graph, oops, I skipped one, didn't I? E. Which graph, D or F, so now we're dealing with these two, D and F, shows the skater starting at a greater distance from the motion detector? Remember, the motion detector is right here where my finger is at the origin. F starts right there, D starts even further away. So D, and how do you know? Because the line D is higher on the y-axis. Okay, we're choosing again. Which graph, graph D or graph F, shows the skater traveling at a higher speed? So let's take a look at D and let's take a look at F. Ooh, that's a close one. So again, I'm going to go ahead and draw a line straight across so I can compare it with staying still. So D's fast, but there's my not moving. Actually, it's kind of slow. So D's kind of slow. Draw a straight line and let's compare it to F. Look how much steeper F is. D is pretty close to flat. F is really far away from being flat, so F is moving faster because his line is steeper. Okay, This one stumped everybody. So what we've got to realize is that we've got speedy printers to choose from, and we've got on-time printers. What this question has asked you is, if I double the number of yearbooks, well, it told you right here, N is the number of yearbooks. So if we double N, not the number in front of it, by the way, if we just double N, will the cost double? Well, let's figure it out. If I order 1 yearbook, if I double that, it's going to be 2 yearbooks. So let's figure out for each one. If I order 1 and it's double of 2, then we doubled it. Actually, let's make that easier. Let's do 10 yearbooks and then 20 yearbooks. So let's figure out for 10 yearbooks for speedy printers. The cost is equal to $29 times the number of books. So the cost is $29 times 10 yearbooks. So my cost was $290. All right, let's double it and see what happens. So C is equal to now 29 times 20 yearbooks. 29 times 20, I'm totally cheating on this one. 29 times 20 is $580. Is that double? Well, double means multiply by 2. Is 290 times 2 580? Yes, it is. So we doubled the number of yearbooks and the price doubled. So this is yes, the cost doubled. Now, it says provide justification and an answer for each company. So speedy printers, yes. Let's try on-time printers. For 10 yearbooks, the cost is equal to $100, it's probably like a one-time setup fee, and $25 times the number of yearbooks. So we've got 100 plus 25, and then we're going to order 10 yearbooks. Well, 25 times 10 is 250. 250 plus 100, so they're going to cost us $350 for 10 yearbooks. So if it doubles, let's double the yearbooks. Double the yearbooks is 20, and let's double it and see what happens. $100 plus $25 times the number of yearbooks. The number of yearbooks is 20 this time. Remember, PEMDAS says you multiply first. So 20 times 25 gives you 500. 500 plus 100 equals $600. So I doubled the yearbooks. Did the cost double? Well, 350 times 2 should be $700. So no, it did not double. And here's why. This guy is proportional, which means the cost only depends on the exact number of yearbooks that you order. It's not affected by anything else in this whole world. Your cost is not affected by anything at all except for the cost of the yearbook. This one, however, your bill, the cost, is definitely dependent on the number of yearbooks you buy, but also depends on this $100 fee. So just because you change N doesn't mean that your whole bill is going to change in the exact same manner. Okay? All right, stop, think about that. And before you start the last one, make sure you've written down your mistakes.